Got my sweater on because it is chilly in here, okay? What fall is upon us. Winter is getting here. I really don't like 9 to 5 jobs. Yeah, so I really dislike the whole 9 to 5 thing because I don't like working for anybody. I don't like anybody telling me what to do. I, I learned very quickly. I realized that working for someone is just not for me. Um, I feel like the idea of having to report somewhere at a specific time is very, I don't know. I feel like I want to be a rebel and I challenge that. And in my head, maybe this is not the way to go about it, but like I tell myself, like, I'll get there when I get there. You're not going to stress me, impress me. I just like the idea of not having to report anywhere at a specific time or like the act of performing, like being performative for someone. I feel like for a long time, like, obviously when I was younger, and like, I feel like this is something that a lot of people can relate to. You're growing up with your parents and you want to make your parents proud, like you want to make your parents happy that you're doing well in school or whatever the case is. So like you work hard, you make sure you get good grades in school so that you can be worthy of praise and merit, but some parents, that's not the case. Some parents make you feel like no matter what you do, it's not enough, and you sometimes psychologically you carry that over into your personal relationships outside of like your parents, and you start to be performative for your partner and your friends, so that can be very detrimental. People can turn into people pleasers. I know I am becoming a reformed people pleaser. I've been people pleasing for a long time and at the expense of me, basically. And I don't want to do that anymore. I don't care to do that anymore. On the flip side, because I started working back at the hair salon, I still am a mobile stylist. I'm an on location mobile stylist. Starting to get cold out. During the warmer months, it was fine because, it's warm out. You could sit in the park while you wait. It's more aesthetic, it's cute to be outside. During the colder months, it's not cute to be outside. It's cute to be where it's warm inside. Being outside all day in the cold is not fun. So I made a decision to figure out like, okay, I need a plan B. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. And I decided I'm going to go into a hair salon. This is better. So so I decided I'm gonna go back into the hair salon. And as fate would have it, the salon that I used to work at, I saw that my old job had posted and that they were looking for, they had like an open up position. I felt inspired, and I decided to go ahead and contact the manager there. And literally 5 minutes later, the owner messages me. It was just like an honor, and then the manager messages me back, and he says, he's happy to hear from me, and that it was like, this is kind of freaky because we were like literally just talking about you. And I'm like, what are the chances? Like, how is that? What are the chances of that even happening? So I'm just taking it like the stars were aligned, and it was nice while I was there. So, and they have good education at the salon, so it felt like just a win all around. And of course, it felt really great to be well received. Obviously I did something right. I did something right while I was there, and they were happy to hire me back, despite the fact that it's all, you know, for the better and for good, like for my own elevation. You know, sometimes just having a 9 to 5 sucks. It just sucks because you're on somebody else's time, and you're on, and even worse, you have to follow other people's rules. And I'm a rebel. I don't want to follow anybody's rules. I don't want to do anything that I don't feel like doing. You know what I mean? So that for me has always been like a clash when it comes to work. I've had so many jobs, so many jobs. I've left checks at places because I'm just like, I'm not even gonna go back. Like, and I'm not saying that to be like I'm proud of having done that, but in a way, I'm happy. I'm cool with who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are people who are feels totally stuck to places that they're like, well, I can't XYZ thing. I can't. Like, there are a billion. You live in New York City. Like, there are a billion jobs. You can just get a job anywhere else. Like, why are you so complacent? Why are you so comfortable? Or better yet, pave your own way. Do something that you enjoy. You know, don't be sheep. I'm not shading or bashing people who work 9 to 5 jobs. It's just we live in the 21st century. We live in the age of technology. Like, keep up with the times. You know, you don't have to feel like your job is the end all be all. You can literally do anything else. Not created, you can create it. You can be the innovator of that. Maybe that comes from watching my mom like do side hustles. You know, my mom, to me, she's an artist. She's not a realized artist, but she's an artist. My mom knows how to paint, sew, how to bake. She used to make all of my birthday cakes, and they were all beautiful. She made all the curtains, made the covers for the couches. She's a very creative, artistic person, and she was also a beauty professional. My mom was also a hairstylist and a nail tech. I get that creativity from her. And then my dad, he's a business owner. You know, he's been a business owner. He's ran his own business for as long as I can remember. That whole entrepreneur thing and that creative thing is just in my blood, and I don't feel like I need to be tied to any one thing in specific or feel like stuck anywhere. I'm gonna pave my own way, and I have faith in the universe. I have faith that what's for me is always gonna be for me, and I'm going to, you know, strive one way or another, even if and when I'm struggling. Everyone has to do whatever it is that they got to do for themselves. Again, no shade, but 9 to 5s are not for me. Thankfully, this job in particular is something that I enjoy doing, and that I'm going to learn. You know, as long as I'm learning, I feel good, you know, because that in itself creates like a challenge. You know, it gives me something to do, to look forward to. I think that's really important in any job, anything that you do. Like, you should feel challenged. You should feel like you're growing, like whatever it is that you're doing is gonna lead to something else, something better. Oh, what I also don't like about 9 to 5s is, well, depending on the job that you have, right? Um, you have to be in one place, right? So like, if you work an office job, you're at that desk all day long. Literally all day long you're at this desk, you know, and that's annoying for me. I used to drive for Uber. I was a taxi driver. Well, I'm still a taxi driver. I really enjoy doing that because it feels like an adventure. I get up. That was like my favorite, because I would get up at whatever time I wanted to get up. I live in the busiest city in the world, so it doesn't matter what time I go outside, I'm gonna make money. So I could get up at whatever time, go turn on my app, and run around the city. And it just felt like an adventure because I didn't know where I was going, who I was going to meet that day, and everything about it was just fun for me. And because I live in New York City, yes, I grew up here, but there's so many places that I've never, and still have not been to. I have never been to the Statue of Liberty. No, you cannot get there in a car, but just to say, there's so many places that I've never been to in New York City. It was fun because it was like, where are we going today? What neighborhood are we exploring today? So that was really fun and exciting. So I really enjoy jobs where if I'm gonna do a job, I want to do a job that's fun, that's exciting, that's like every day is different. I don't know what I'm gonna expect today. I have no idea. It's like that element of surprise versus having to clock in and sit at an office and click 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 clacking away all day. Again, no shade to whoever is doing whatever they do. This none of my business. I'm talking about me. I do encourage people to get out there and explore. Like, what other skills do you have? Like, what other things do you enjoy doing? Like, what kind of hobbies do you have that you can possibly maybe monetize or teach, or I don't know, like Google it. You know what I mean? There's so much in this day and age that we can do. So why not do it? And I'm that type of girly that I'm like a Jackie of all trades, Jacqueline of all trades, master of none. I like to dip my feet in different areas. I like to try different things. If that makes me crazy or like unstable or whatever you want to call me, then so be it. I like to think I'm like what's the word? Multifaceted. I have experience in a lot of different things. I've worked in restaurants before. I've worked retail. I've worked in an office. I've worked outside. I've worked inside. I've worked literally doing so many different things. Like people from different walks of life. I don't know what to say about that. It's just that's been my life. And sometimes I envy people who like have this job for a gajillion billion years, and they're so stable in what they do and the work that they do. But not everybody's life is meant to look the same. And as much as I feel like some people have tried to also shame me for being inconsistent or being unstable when it comes to work, your definition and my definition of what work is supposed to be like are two totally different things. And because you see life one way and life is cookie cutter for you, doesn't mean that life is gonna be cookie cutter for me. It just doesn't work for me that way. What works for you doesn't work for me, and what works for you doesn't work for other people. Like everybody's different. Also, don't listen to like people who whatever they're doing, whatever they do. Let people do whatever they do, and you do whatever you do. And it took me a long time to get there, again, because of my people-pleasing tendencies, and because of me trying to be performative and live up to other people's expectations, or try and live in this cookie-cutter life that, it's like, well, so-and-so does it like this, and these 20 people I know do it like that, so maybe I should do it like that. No. No, not anymore. Not anymore. My life doesn't have to look like your life looks like. Whatever you define as success for you, that's great. That's success for you. If it means you have a pension or whatever the case is, if that's what defines success for you, amen, more power to you. But that doesn't define success for me. Success for me is on a different plane, it's in a different realm. You know, my life doesn't have to make sense to anybody but me. Your life should not make sense to anybody but you. Period. That's my rant. Do what's best for you. Do what's best for you. Figure out what you like, and it doesn't matter what age you are. Don't give into like society and numbers and this and that. By the time you're this age, you should have these things. F all that. This is whatever we are in a different realm. This is a completely different world that we live in. So whatever you knew about life back then is a lie. They lied to us plenty, okay? Because as a millennial, we've been cheated, all right? Look at what is it, Gen Z? Or whatever, the younger kids, I don't know the names of the generations. But the younger kids, they make more money just being online than us. And we were taught we have to go to college. We have to, if we wanted to get good jobs and be like set for the future, we had to go to school. We had to do it a certain way. That's what we were taught. And lo and behold, here we are 20 years, 18 years later. And that is not the case. So don't let anybody, shame you about your age, no matter how old you are, young or old. Like, it's your time. You know when it's your time? Whenever you say it's your time. When is success? Whenever it happens for you. When are you supposed to have it? Whenever you get it. Point period. Blank. Bye.